watching the station covering all of the DMV. DC News Now continues.
Now, we've dealt with on and off rain showers across much of the northern half of our area over the morning hours. That has dampened the roadways, and also some of those showers were a bit on the steady to heavy side earlier, but those continue to fade away as they work their way northward. These are associated with a boundary that's right over the region. However, we do have Tropical Storm Debby that's approaching the area, at least the outer fringes of some of those rain bands starting to push in as far north as southernmost parts of Maryland right now. So getting clipped by some of the rain associated with Tropical Storm Debby. Tropical Storm Debby, the center of that storm, working its way inland over South Carolina, but it is continuing to bring rain after rain band after more of the heavier rain across North Carolina, creating that flash flood threat that is ongoing, even as far inland as Charlotte, North Carolina right now. Back here locally, zoomed in on the map to show you where we are starting off with some rain. Seeing some of those rain showers continue to diminish off towards our northernmost parts of the area. But here is where we have the leading edge of some of Tropical Storm Debby approaching Fredericksburg right now and already across southernmost parts of Maryland to kickstart your Thursday morning. Aside from tracking some of the wet weather right now, as we get ahead towards later on today, overnight tonight and into tomorrow, we're looking at some pockets of heavy rain, especially back over towards the mountains region where we could see 3 to 5 inches of rainfall, at least for the western half of the area. That's where we'll likely see the higher rainfall totals as opposed to farther to the east, including DC. We're looking at about 2 to 4 inches of rainfall. So we're looking at that flood threat. Definitely we'll see some ponding as we look ahead through the overnight and into tomorrow morning's commute. Gusts could be upwards of 35 miles per hour at times, and we're still seeing that potential for a tornado or a spin-up tornado through the day, or at least into tomorrow morning and into early tomorrow afternoon as that tropical system works its way through. There is a possibility. It's low, but it's not zero in terms of that tornado chance. Flood watch, though, that is the main threat with this system. We'll see those tropical-like downpours, especially back out towards our western area. So that flood watch goes into effect at 8 p.m. this evening and will continue until 8 p.m. tomorrow. We also have some coastal flood alerts, too, and we're looking at that coastal flood watch for Anne Arundel County, including Annapolis, and that goes until at least early Saturday morning. So it's right around those high tide cycles is likely when we'll see some of that splash over or some of that potential flooding around those low-lying areas. Then we also have the coastal flood advisories in those lime green color or the bright neon green color. You can't miss that on the screen. That's for Charles County in to southernmost parts of Maryland and down towards King George County and areas south of there in Virginia. And that's also for right around those high tide cycles that you could see some of that inundation as well. Futurecast shows us in terms of the timing of the rain, some of the leading edge parts of Tropical Storm Debby pushing into our southernmost parts of the area, and that will spread its way northward. And we're looking at some pockets of heavy rainfall as we get towards later on tonight and into tomorrow morning. A lot more reds on the map as we look ahead towards tomorrow morning, back over towards the mountains, the I-81 corridor and the Shenandoah Valley. Then as we get towards 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, we will likely see some pockets of flooding as that heavy rain continues to be pushed through there. As we get towards tomorrow afternoon, though, the heavier rain starts to shift its way eastward. So I'm thinking this could create some strong to severe thunderstorms. That looks to be the setup into early tomorrow afternoon for the I-95 corridor. Those winds picking up, and that's likely where we could see the potential, if anything, if we do see it, if we could see it, the potential for a tornado to pop up there along and east of the I-95 corridor. That'll be certainly something that we'll continue to monitor into tomorrow afternoon. So Tropical Storm Debby gets picked up by that cold front and weakens, and then eventually it slides out. And behind that cold front, we are looking at much drier conditions just in time for the weekend, and also that lower humidity. Here's a view of the rest of that 8-day forecast for the 8 o'clock hour today and tomorrow. DMV first warned days for that flood threat and other severe possibilities. Then the weekend looking great, and the start of that next work week also looking nice as well. Shanika, what's the latest on the roadways this morning?
All right, let's head out looking at your roadway.